It's time for camp. We are here. We are here. It's your boy, the coach. Welcome back to the Coach's Huddle, where the field meets family. And mini camp is over. OTAs is over. Mandatory workouts is over. Team meetings are over. Rookie symposiums, rookie mini camps, rookie tryouts, undrafted free agents, the draft. All of it is over. It's over, baby. Gotta love it. No more excuses, no more ifs, nothing. It's time for camp, dog. It's time for camp. Woo. I feel good, man. We in here, back again. And let's just get into the latest and greatest. All right, we got some housekeeping. We got some housekeeping things to clean up. Let's just go ahead and get to those first. Jimmy Ward. What are you doing, Jimmy Ward? Come on, man. Recent reports have just came out that former 49ers safety, leader, veteran, dog, just a dog. Veteran Jimmy Ward has been arrested on supposed domestic violence charges. Felony assault. Let's get through it. I want to get to the facts. Because Jimmy's one of my guys. Reading this off of an article. Former San Francisco 49ers first round and current Houston Texans safety Jimmy Ward was arrested Thursday morning and formally charged with a felony count of assault involving family violence. Come on, Jimmy. You gotta chill out.
K.O. White.
Ward has been charged with assault, family violence, and impeding breath circulation. You choking people now? Jimmy! Don't mind me, it's just the words. According to the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office, deputies responded to a report of an assault in progress at Ward's residence. The alleged victim was identified as Ward's fiance. You hate to see it. You hate to see it. Anyway, let's move on. So, you get a life, Jimmy. You got to work on this. So look, one of the things that you got to understand is that the Niners have settled in on a lot of questions over the offseason. We talked about our offensive line. Looks like the answers at offensive line is Ben Bartch is starting at left guard. All right. With the usual suspects from last year. Running back. Jordan James is in the fold. Isaac Guerendo looks better from what I've been hearing. Isaac Guerendo's next up, man. I'm counting on Isaac Guerendo this year. People forget about when young Isaac was by himself, fending off NFL defenses as a young rookie. I'm looking for him to take the next step. I've been hearing a lot of good things out of the 2-day mini camp that we just had. Jordan James, all right. Christian McCaffrey. Israel, don't even get me saying his last name. Abedakanda. All right. Running back seems like it is full circle. How far will we go on Christian McCaffrey's legs this season? Receiver, well documented who's out. We already know that Brandon Ayuk is fighting to come back, possibly starting the season on PUP, but we have reports from Kyle Shanahan that he will not be ready for camp. But there's Old Faithful Juwan Jennings. Speaking of somebody who will be ready for camp but won't be ready for the season, Demarcus Robinson. Believe there was I think he had a DUI. Hold down your liquor, buddy. Ricky Pearsall, who can't seem to find the field. We'll get there one day. Ricky! Jordan James. No, not Jordan James, sorry. Jordan Watkins. We got a lot of Jordans on this team. Jordan Watkins, young rookie receiver, picked up in the 2025 draft. 6 foot, 200 pounds, 4'3", 40 out of Ole Miss. Seems like somebody who is supposed to be counted on. 4th round pick, but I got a feeling that Jordan Watkins may get buried this year. Kyle Shanahan didn't seem to be too enthralled with Jordan Watkins as far as being a starter. You know how we love to push. What do you think about this guy? He poured water on that fire real fast. He's got to earn Kyle's trust. So that's TBD. Earning Kyle's trust, you don't know. You don't know. But what we do have right now, while I'm going through this, guys, the link is in the chat. I want to hear from you guys. Call in. We got Dre Davis down here. Dre's about to come up. Going to go through a couple of more groups. And then I'm just going to give my overall synopsis about how I feel about the team. Has my record changed any going into camp? And by all accounts, I feel good. I do. I don't feel great, right? But I feel good. The only thing that really worries me, and I know this sounds whack, but are we going to be injured all year? That's the biggest thing. You know, all of the people who participated rather, in minicamp, I'm happy. We had damn near 100% turnout. All of the vets that you would want to see show up for this phase of the season showed up. Trent Williams even donned us with his presence after a 10-year hiatus from minicamp. But for me, I could not ignore the damn near 20 guys that we had not being able to participate in a 2-day camp. Now, does that mean that if we had to go, if we were in season, that list wouldn't dwindle down significantly because guys would just play on it? Yes. But the only season that we've truly been healthy is 2023 in our Super Bowl run. Outside of that, the Niners, we have been notoriously injured. We are always one of the top 5 most injured teams in the NFL, year in and year out. That's not a fact. I mean, that's a fact. That's not conjecture. That's not, hyperbole. I'm not being anecdotal. That's a fact. We're always hurt. So my biggest thing is injuries, particularly coming off bringing back a lot of guys who missed out due to injuries. Is Christian McCaffrey going to hold up? How is Trent Williams going to give? Is Trent Williams going to give us his patented 3-game slide where he's just not here for the entire season? When do we get Brandon Ayuk back? And then when we get him back, when do we get Brandon Ayuk back? Who's to say he's just going to be the guy right away? There's a lot of moving parts this season. All opportunities are on the table. That's why I'm still happy. Everything for me is on the table but a Super Bowl. Got to be honest with you. Everything for me is on the table. If we find a way to find our voice, okay? If we find a way to find our identity. I know that we're a running team, but saying that you're a running team and that we play complementary football and doing that are two different things. I'm excited for the efficiency of the special team's unit, I'm going to tell you something right now. For as good as we have been over the past 5 to 6 years with a couple of bad seasons here and there, you know what has been consistently bad? Our special teams. They're always bad. We've been so good that we've been like kind of able to ignore it until we're not good and it's killing us. I'd like to see what Brant Boyer, is that our special teams coach? Is that his name, Brant Boyer? I want to say something else, but Brant Boyer comes to mind. Let's see the effect of all Brant on the team. All right. My overall outlook on the team is positive. I think that we're going to be able to build depth throughout the season. And what I mean by build depth throughout the season is not necessarily get new guys, but when I say build depth, I mean develop on the fly. I want guys to be able to take over positions and roles and job descriptions. I want them to take them over as the season progresses. I want guys to grow. And you know what that takes? That takes not only a great year from the guys, because we're all going to talk about the guys, but this year, quite honestly, is on the coaches too. We can't get out-coached. Not 1 week. We cannot start any games feeling as though that we're a day late and $1 short. When we running, they blitzing. When we passing, they dropping. Special teams ain't right. The boys, it takes us about a quarter to get penalties under wraps. So this season is just as much on the coaching staff as it is on the players as well. We've got new guys coming in. Coach Saleh, how's he going to do with this defense? A lot of young guys. He's going to have to start at least 4 rookies. At least. Right? Bryce Huff has got to be a guy. If Bryce Huff folds on us, that's a problem. That's a problem. Also, a lot of things that were unearthed during minicamp, one of them was that Jordan Elliott is going to be turned loose to be more of a pass rusher. And there are a lot of good reports about Jordan Elliott, how coaches have talked about him having a first step, more of a quicker first step. He's in shape. Speaking of in shape and having a quicker first step, I'm hearing a lot of great things about Tatum Bethune. He shocked everybody with the transformation of not only his play, but his play speed and his body, quite frankly. Fred Warner's come out and said that Tatum Bethune looks noticeably different. He got his man body. Then we've got this secondary. I mean, it's I don't know what to say about our secondary. Right? There's a lot of guys. I mean, Jesus Christ, we got every corner in the NFL. We got 10 corners. We got 10 corners coming in right now. Upton Stout seems to be a guy that's going to start come hell or high water at nickel. All right. We're going Diamador Lenore and Renardo Green. Those look to be our top 3 guys. Trey Brown is pushing. Upton Stout. So that's something. And then hovering in all of this is Darrell Luter Jr. When are we really going to get our ROI on Darrell Luter Jr.? Looks good, beautiful traits, but he's got to put it together. As far as linebacker is concerned, Fred is the tip of the spear. We know that. All right. But when you're looking at Tatum Bethune, who we've talked about, D. Winters is going to have to take another step this year. He's starting. All right. Now, we also have, what's our boy? Nick Martin. All right. A lot of great reports about Nick Martin. I'd say Nick Martin is probably one of our most favorite rookies to talk about. You've been hearing about Nick Martin all the time, just because I feel like he's a polarizing figure right now on the team. One is that's the player through what he's done. Dynamic, fast, sideline to sideline, leader. All right. Can't say enough about him. What Coach Gundy has said about him down in Oklahoma State, how much he meant to that program. Then it's just a fit, right? 49ers' favorite team, Fred Warner's favorite player. And then on top of it, he's just not coming in filling a spot. He's got big shoes to fill with Dre Greenlaw leaving. So we got to see how that's going to shake out. Curtis Robinson is lingering around. He's been in and out of the organization multiple years, went up to Denver, got hurt, came back, got hurt, then picked him back up, see what he has to do. My guy that I'm paying attention to for the linebacker unit, where are you, Jalen Graham? Where are you? Jalen Graham has yet to really pop, to take the next step. He hasn't put it all together. This is stuff that you're going to see bear out in camp. I'm excited about the linebacker crew because we got the bodies. All right, let's do it. Safety. I don't know what to say about safety. What can you say about safety? Jair Brown, let's just say it. He regressed last year. If we can be excited about how he came onto the scene 2 years ago, then we can also be pragmatic and be honest about his performance last season in 2024. He regressed. Jair Brown was a liability. All right. 53.6 rated on PFF grade on run defense. 64.8 graded PFF grade on pass defense. Just abysmal. 55.6 coverage rate off of PFF gradings. Malik Mustafa hurt. I got a feeling, and I hope this is not true, but Malik Mustafa may be over before he gets started. I don't know. Just the injuries, his style of play. I wish the best for him. That's what I'll do. But, your best ability is availability. And we can't keep talking about Malik Mustafa if this is what we can depend on as far as hey, we can get him for 6 games, but the dude plays so goddamn hard, we can't get him to protect himself. I think that's a conversation that Malik Mustafa should be having. Somebody should be having that conversation with him about just taking it back just a step, a smidge. You don't have to be that aggressive. As far as safety is concerned, George Odom, come on. What do you want me to say? Jalen Mahoney, Derek Canteen. If Derek Canteen makes this squad, watch out. We got our draft pick out of Kansas State, Marquise Siegel, but he's hurt. Picked up in the 5th round of this year's 2025 NFL draft. I like him. 6 foot, 200 pounds, sub 4.4 athlete, great angles. We'll see. And then Jason Pinnock and Richie Grant. Safety is going to be something that and that's what I want too for these callers coming up. Answer the safety question for me. Do we go free agency? Right? Do we go with what we got? All right. As far as safety is concerned, free agency, the free agent tracker right here, if you're looking for safeties, the best safety right now available is, oh no, hold on. Did he get signed? Oh, I'm tripping. Okay. I thought Justin Simmons got signed. All right. Justin Simmons is still out there. All right. Justin Simmons is still out there. Julian Blackmon, as well as Jordan Whitehead and Quandre Diggs. That's my top 4. We got to do something. But hey, let's get into this call. Dre, you ready? Turn that camera on, boy. Let's go. What's going on,
Hey,
brother?
coach, how's it going, man?
Good, man. What's going on?
I was looking at the available safeties because I was like, I remember back before the draft when in college, I was like, we need to draft a safety, and then we drafted an injured safety, and I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
this is exactly what I feared. And now we got 10 corners in what three safeties that we can
Mm.
use.
Yeah. I mean, my biggest thing right now with safety is I just don't think that I mean, Justin Simmons is gonna want some money. Uh but he's 32. He makes about 7.5 million a year for his average payout per year. We can afford him,
We can.
but again, one thing that I will say is that we still do have to use grace and patience with the Niners because the coaching staff know what they have. And I'll be honest, I've started camps where I knew that we were very strong and or not strong, but I knew that we were stable. I wasn't worried
Yeah.
at a position that from the outside looking in, it looked thin, but I know the development of a guy who's ready to play, where it's like, we don't know. Maybe Marquise Siegel is ready to go and Jair Brown has really gotten like coached up and did some self-scouting. And, we don't know.
His best days was with, oh man, I forgot his name. Steve Wilkes.
Siegel, Marquise Siegel.
Jair, no, I'm talking about Jair. His
Oh, Jair Brown.
with was with Wilkes.
Yeah.
Those were his best days. And I mean, I don't know if it was the coaching or if it was the fact that, because he did have a lot of extra time, one-on-one time with him. With him and the one that left. The back. The defensive back, the corner.
Travarius Ward. Come on, Dre. Don't do this to me, Dre. John, I'm about to tag you in. This is the Intercontinental Cage match. I'm tagging you in. Let's go, John. What's up,
Let's
baby?
do it.
What's
How you
up,
doing,
man?
man?
I'm good, brother. How you been, man?
Good. I have the same feedback that you do, which isn't great for a call-in show for how I think the season is going. Like on
Mm-hmm.
paper, couldn't do much better other than like solving the safety problem or maybe finding a different option at center.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
I have hope based on Chris Forrester saying that he likes Jake Brendel. Obviously, the product he put on the field was bad last year, but the
Mm-hmm.
hole at center is the mirror image of the problem on defense with the hole at safety.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm Jake Brendel and I'm making them or Jake Brendel, sorry, and I'm making the money that like I'm making and I'm coming towards my last contract
Mm-hmm.
and I'm getting beat up on camera all season long and knocked on my ass, I think I would try to put on weight and hit the gym extra hard. And like, I just think it's not fair for us to think that we're going to see the same product this year as we did last year. Maybe we do, and we don't have any other options, obviously, because that guy went for like $30 million in Atlanta. It was kind of like the
Mm-hmm.
only off-season move that would have fixed the problem.
True.
And as long as these guys keep coming out of college knowing the money's on the D line until that shifts back, like you're not going to have kids come into college for D line to become high paid pass rushers, switch midstream because the money is now on the O line and relearn that position. So it's going to take a long time, I think, before there's like a plethora of O line in the draft because it just seems like it's getting thinner and thinner. And the Eagles like look like the smartest people in the room because when they're already loaded, they're still loading up. When I
Yeah.
was watching you and Tom cover the draft, and then in rounds like 4, 5, 6, the Eagles were taking the best lineman available, best lineman available. I think they might be, uh, just stockpiling those guys for trade capital or something because they've got the sauce on churning them out. So it just seems
True.
like that problem. If we're going to be the team that just has Chris Forrester and always just works with the leftover, it might be enough to get us to a big game. But if we're really thinking like a 2-year run, that NFC Championship game is probably going to be with the Eagles, and that D line is going to be as peak as it can be because it'll be like they're like rookie year deals for all of their guys they've been signing the last couple of years. And if it's our
Mhm.
same leftovers at O-line, I think it could be a pretty rough NFC Championship game next year.
Okay. So one of the things that I love what you just said. One of the things that I love about what the Eagles have done is that it's almost like building a wardrobe. You know, if you go out and you buy literally outfit by outfit by outfit by outfit, you're just gonna spend a lot of money every time you go shopping, right? But if you go out and you get a pair of good pants, you get 5 good pairs of pants, 5 good shirts, and get 1 belt, 2 pairs of shoes, and 2 sport coats. Then you can mix and match. And then when you go shopping, picking up 1 pair of shoes, it goes a long way on top of wardrobe. Or go picking up a shirt or a pair of pants goes a long way on top of what you already have. And what the Eagles have done, in my opinion, is they've gone out and they went out and got their guys first. They got their starting offensive line first, and they didn't skimp. Okay, they went out and got Mailata, Dickerson, Jurgens. Okay, Lane Johnson has always been a find for them. All right. And then they got Steen right now. Tyler Steen starting at right guard out of Bama. All right. So for me, once you go get the core, adding on helps in so many ways. I mean, look what they did. Look what they did when look what they did when their center went down last year. They just bumped Dickerson right over and he played center. And they didn't
Yeah.
miss a beat. And they didn't
No.
miss a beat. You know, it's just for me, I don't understand the philosophy. You know, I think that for them, they our offense is very how can I say bespoke. You know, we have like a boutique type of deal going on with us, especially with how we go get the groceries as far as going to load up on offensive line. But like you said,
We painted ourselves in a corner though, man. Like last year, once Trent was gone, like that was all she wrote. It's like, oh, we couldn't
yeah.
run. We're punting again. Oh, and the
Well,
punter's hurt.
what really killed me, man, is what really killed me is just the lack of buy-in for last year's draft. Last year's draft was the draft to do it, man. You were going to go out and go get a guard or a tackle. You know, we went out and got Dominic Pooney, and that was great. He ended up starting for us, right,
Yeah.
as a rookie, right, and it was pretty clear from jump that he was a guy. But for me, you know, they've tried it, you know, and I don't know why we're sitting here pretending as if great offensive linemen are guys that you pick up in like the 6th or 7th round. Typically, when you get a good offensive lineman, he's a high draft pick because he's
Yeah.
been whipping ass since college. So you know, offensive linemen just aren't found all of a sudden. It doesn't work that way. Like either you have the bones or you don't, or
Yeah,
you fell through
you
the.
need a steady drip of guys joining into a sauce that's already working so they can learn from like guys like Trent and everyone else. And we haven't had a steady drip since Kyle's been here. We've been like piecing it together,
Well, we're
grabbing
gonna have to do it
leftovers where we
again.
can.
Well, John, we're gonna have to do it again, man, because you know, Trent's gonna be up next year. Uh Ben Barch is only here for 1 more year, and we already know that Jake Brindle and Colton McKivitz they're on their last years.
Yep.
So we didn't really address it as well as we should have over the past 2 seasons at least. So coming into next year, it's really going to be hardcore trying to
Yeah.
get that offensive line shored up. Let's switch to mini camp though. What has
Sure.
stuck out to you with mini camp? What has stuck out to you in the latest days of mini camp that have encouraged you, discouraged you, and given you a better picture for the season, or at least camp?
Discouraging, you said it's Alfred Collins being injured when he's
Yeah.
supposed to be our solution for stuffing the run, 3 downs out of 4
Mm-hmm.
or 2 downs out of 4, whatever the number is going to be. It's a bummer. It's nice that some rookie wide receiver and other weapons have started to emerge. It's nice, in my opinion, that we got Ross Dwelly back, which might
Mm-hmm.
allow us to be a little bit more creative on offense so we don't get like stuck in a rut of just Christian McCaffrey every snap. I mean, that's really like the biggest thing for me is like, is this Kyle gonna try to be creative or is it just going to be CMC gets the ball, 3 times out of 4, and that's the best we have, and we're just going to keep doing that?
Yeah, so that's my biggest thing too. So I'm going to be frustrated if I see Jordan Watkins or if I find somebody in the Debo role, right?
Yeah.
Like there shouldn't be a Debo role anymore. There should be a new role for whoever that person is, right? Your skill set should be replicated to your job description. And I'd like to see dual backs on the field. I think Isaac Garindo. I think there's a package in there with Isaac Garindo, and Jordan James.
Hopefully,
right?
losing the Debo piece forces Kyle to reinvent the offense and really get creative with it, because he could do it. He did it before. It's like almost like he just got lazy and then he got stuck with injuries and everything else.
But what's frustrating is that there were parts of the season that I was trying to read, as we all were, especially last year. Last year was a tough year, and when you went through the season, you were thinking to yourself, like, okay, like, remember after the Bills game, Kyle finally kind of like capitulated and was
so
like,
bad.
we're not a good team.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he just came out and
played
said
a good team, and this is what it looks like.
Yeah, exactly. We played a good team, and this is what it looks like. And I think that was like one of the weeks where we kind of all sat back and said, well, damn, all right, well, I guess we suck now. He said it, right? So for me, what's frustrating about that is that you could say that, but that's not what replicated throughout the season. Like the Lions game, that was a great game plan. You know what I mean? Like I was just
it
wow.
looked like we were trying. I blew that game off. I went out to a random bar in New York that was closing with a friend. And then by like halfway through the first quarter, I was transfixed because I was watching the plays we were running on offense. I was like, he built a plan for this game and they're executing on it.
That's how I felt too.
Even with all the injuries, the offense still worked. And so like on a lot of the shows, people are talking about like, well, are you more worried about the defense or are you more worried about the offense? And the thing that makes me worry about the offense is Kyle not being creative. But that's where we have the majority of the veterans. So in reality, in my opinion, it should be the defense that we should be worried about. But we had like probably one of the worst guys at the helm calling plays that we could have. We had like a promoted special teams coordinator because Nick Bosa liked him, because he called the blitzes the way that Nick liked.
Nick Bosa,
Saw where that got us. What do you have, like 4 sacks or something fucking sad?
It was horrible. It was trash. It was trash.
So I'm more worried about the defense, but we lost so many games by 1 score against the toughest schedule the league could have thrown at us, basically. Maybe the AFC North would have been worse than the NFC North. But like we almost won like 6 of those games by a score. And now I've got Robert Saleh back, and I don't have like a key linebacker hurt. Yeah, I got a hole at safety. Yeah, I got the same center. But I'd be more concerned about how the defense goes. I just think no matter how this season goes, like we're good for 10 wins, in my opinion. Unless
I got us going 10-7.
Yeah.
I got us going 10-7. My official win-loss column for them is hold on, I'm about to pull it up now. What I have for them with the win-loss column officially. Here we go. 10-7. I'm screwing this. Hold on. Hold on.
Oh, you're looking it up, man. I want to give some off-season content awards to the content creators and also the people in the chat. Steve-O with the comments. Great one. I want you to come back, man. I know you're probably still pissed that they signed Purdy, and I appreciate you constantly having the drumbeat of not to sign Purdy, and I haven't seen him since they have, so I hope I see him. Also, Dale has not been around.
Where's Dale been?
Dude, Dale, where's Brother Bob?
Where's Brother Bob? Dog, where's Brother Bob? Tommy's here. Tommy's doing his thing. I gotta give love to Steve-O too, man. Steve-O brings it every week. Dog, Steve-O's engagement is relentless, bro. I love Steve-O. Even though he plays me on wearing the same shirt all the time.
Dude, I crack up every time he makes that joke, man.
I love it, dog.
You got to try a different color, dude. I don't know what to tell you.
It's only his joke. That's why. Like if anybody else tells it, whatever, bro. Who do you think you are, Steve-O? Fuck out of here. You ain't Steve-O, bro. Talking about my fucking shirt. Who the fuck are you?
He's in like week 38 of almost calling in, but can't. Calls into other
Yeah,
shows.
Steve-O need to fucking call in too, bro. That'd be a treat. But look, all right. So this is how I have us right now. Nah, Dre's right here, bro. Chill out, Steve-O, man. That's another thing too, man. He's a little shitter. Always trying to cause
Dude, from
division.
my first comment he made about me is like, this guy sucks.
Yo, you asshole. Look, I got us losing week 1 to Seattle, beating New Orleans in week 2, beating Arizona in week 3, beating Jacksonville in week 4, week 5 losing at Los Angeles, the Rams, then going all the way out to Tampa, winning that game. Week 7, I have us beating Atlanta. Week 8, going out to Houston and taking an L. Then they come out here to us. They go see the Giants. Week 9, that's a win. I got week 9 as a win. Week 10, the Rams. What's that, a home game? That's a loss. I've got us going to Arizona and losing. I also, for week 12, Monday Night Football, that's going to be Carolina's going to be coming. We're hosting Carolina. That's a win. Then we're going out to Cleveland. That's a loss.
That's a loss.
We got a bye week in week 14. Then I have us going 3-1 for the end of the season, which is important. So I got us beating Tennessee in week 15. Then I have us going to Indy and beating Indy. I got us going back home and losing to Chicago. I just have a feeling that Chicago is going to be much better than people think they are. They've done a lot for their team, especially their offensive line. I don't know, man. Ben Johnson, I don't know. I just got a lot of promise in them. I mean, who knows? They may fall off, but I think that they're going to be a much better team. And also, one of the reasons why I have us losing that game is because I think that that's going to be a trap game because we're going to have to beat Seattle for the last game of the season. And I got us beating Seattle and splitting with them. So that's how I come up on the 10-7 record. I don't really have I don't think I'll change this, man. I'm gonna ride with this one all the way until the season starts. So do you have us going 10-7?
I think we can do 12. And I think we beat Seattle twice and beat the Rams once. And I think week 5 will be the first preview of what we have on defense because we're going up against a quarterback that can put the ball anywhere. And our holes at safety will get tested. Our new look pass rush will get tested. If the pass rush is working really well, then like we could beat the Rams if we can get to Stafford.
Yeah.
Right? So it's really situationally dependent. If like neither the pass rush nor the secondary is working well, then Stafford's going to carve us up. He can see the whole field. He can get the ball the whole field. He's got shifty receivers. It'll be tough.
Okay.
The only way we would beat them in that game, if that's the case, is keeping our defense off the field and just really controlling the clock and barely giving them the ball. If we could do it, we have the running backs to do it. It's just, is Kyle going to call the game that way when he needs to? Seems like he hated doing it when we had Jordan Mason as the leading rusher in the NFL.
Well, I don't think that I don't believe there's a world where Christian McCaffrey can't go and Kyle's just okay with it.
Yeah,
I do believe, we've been talking about this over a week now about like do you go all in on Christian or do you, package him and save him and pace him out throughout the season? The roadmap to do that is there. It's a shame that this is even a question, right? If we had competent coaching in certain areas with workload with players, some questions that we ask would just be dumb. Like, of course they're going to pace him. What are you talking about?
The change at special teams is exciting, though. I mean, that's how Harbaugh started. Like, all phases of the games were awesome, and that was the start of our run in 2011. And if not for the fumbled punts against the Giants in the championship game, we probably would have got a ring in Harbaugh's first year. And that all started with the Tony Montana squad on special teams, causing fumbles on kickoffs and everything else. So if our new guy gets people to care about it, that'd be awesome.
What they know about CJ Spillman, Mahan? CJ was my guy. So hey, before we get out of here, tell me what you want is what. Tell me the best version of how we should start camp. Give me what you want to hear about opening day of camp.
I want to hear the defense consistently stopping the run to where it's a problem for the offense. That would be a really good marker. Another marker would be to hear rave reviews of 2 new weapons that are on offense that are getting snaps with the first team, right?
Mhm.
Now, I expect to hear cool things about CMC and George Kittle and Juwan Jennings. I want to hear cool things about Jacob Cowing. I want to see him getting snaps with the ones. I want to hear about Nair being used in the red zone because he's tall, right?
Mhm.
And he's got hands. I want to hear creativity from the offense as highlights, and I want to hear the defense giving the offense problems with all their new pieces. That would be best case scenario for me.
You know, the biggest thing that I want to hear is I want to hear that the rookies are taking off. I want to hear good things about Mikael Williams. I want to hear that Alfred Collins can't be blocked. Alfred Collins is really going into that would make me feel good, right? Like all of these guys that we know about that, quite honestly, once you're here a year, dude, you're a pro. Go get better. Go work on yourself. Be better than you were last year. You know the deal. Now that you got a full season under your belt. And the reason why I have that attitude is that we have like the lowest retention rate in professional sports, right? Like we're only here, what is it, 2 years, 2 seasons? And you're out average career in the NFL. It used to be 3. It's 2 seasons now. The average
But at
NFL
least we're the team with the most injuries too. So that's
right.
fun.
Yeah. So my thing is that a lot of these guys, you got to catch and release. I'm not going to be feeling this way about Alfred Collins next year. If Alfred Collins next year can't get on the field because he's not healthy, I'm going to be pissed, right? I'm not going to be giving him this much grace as if he's a rookie. The only reason why I'm doing that is because I feel like we've had a little bit of a unrealistic timeline with how much love and how much time we give rookies because the team has been so good. So we can hold on to a Drake Jackson, or you know what I mean? Or we can wait for a Robert Bill Jr. to finally turn it on. Or we can sit back and say, man, if Darrell Luter Jr. could just get a couple more reps, he's going to finally pan out for us. But like on real teams that are competitive, these guys don't hang around.
Yeah.
Like these guys go ahead.
And we should see that this year. We should see new pieces getting rotated in because Kyle finally has to. He has to use other things, and he has to get creative if they're going to be successful.
Yeah, that's exactly how I feel too. So, I mean, I want to hear from the rookies. That's my biggest thing. John, this is a great call, man. You damn near carried the show. We're in here 43 minutes, man.
Sorry guys.
No, you're good. Nah, hell nah, man. Nobody, listen, the chat, the chat, John. If the chat wanted you gone, yes, the chat is a meritocracy. So if they were tired of this or they did not want to hear us talking, there would definitely be people in the chat being like, yo, get next caller, bro. Like, I'm over this. So, John, you're kind of a natural, bro. You know what I mean?
Thanks, man.
You better calm down, man. You're building a name for yourself. I might just keep you up here. You know what I'm saying? But
awesome.
Before you go, speaking of keeping you up here, before you go, over under on Robert Saleh's performance this year as a defensive coordinator. Are you bullish? Do you think
Very
he's
bullish.
just going to very bullish?
Yep, absolutely. It's like Jeff Fisher leaving the Rams and someone inheriting all these awesome players that just weren't being used properly. He's the reason why I kind of have optimism around the safety position too, because maybe they just weren't getting the right coaching.
Yeah, man. Yo, Steve-O is a fucking asshole, bro.
Hey, that one broke me too, dude. That's why I was giggling while you were talking.
Hey, I didn't even see that. Yo, Steve-O's. I'm calling Brother Bob after this, dog. Yo, I'm calling him after this. That's crazy, Steve-O. All right, go ahead, man. I'm sorry. I didn't even hear what you said, man. Go ahead, bro.
I said basically I'm bullish. I think all those one-score losses last year go away because of Saleh, because the defense becomes functional. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
optimistic that maybe he can fix the safety position with his coaching for those guys. I know he's more of a linebackers coach than he is a safety coach. But the
Mm-hmm.
thing is, like when you're the head coach, you got to fix everything, man. You got to run the orchestra. When you're the defensive coordinator, now you got one thing to focus on, but he still has all those skills he learned running the orchestra. And now he's just got to make one song work or just like the drum section work. Right. And so,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, man, I think the defense is going to be better. Do I think it's going to be top 5? Maybe not this year because all the rookies, but by next year it could be if we can keep him.
Mm-hmm. I think like the biggest thing for me with Coach Saleh is that I believe that we are a defensively led team, right?
Yeah.
And if we're a defensively led, I mean, can you think? Wait, this is kind of wild. I'm thinking about this now. Okay, John Gruden with Tampa.
Yeah.
I was thinking like, when can you think of a defensively led team with an offensively minded head coach? And I was going through that in my head. So there was John Gruden with Tampa.
Yeah.
Who else?
I mean, the
Maybe
Falcons,
Minnesota.
right?
Raheem
That
Morris
last,
as a defensive coach.
yeah. The Falcons were, right? Shanahan was the offensive coordinator. They made it to the Super Bowl. But
Nah, but Dan Quinn was the head coach though. What
yeah.
I'm talking about is a defensively led team with an offensive minded head coach.
Oh,
Like
okay.
the Niners are defensively led, but
Yeah.
Kyle is clearly an offensive coach. And that's why I brought up Tampa with John Gruden. When John
Yeah.
Gruden came in
I
and
can't
took
think
over
of
for
one.
Tony Dungy. The Chiefs aren't are the Chiefs defensively led?
They are now, kind of, because their offense has regressed with all the weapons leaving.
Yeah. They got Pat Mahomes, man.
That's the thing. And they got Andy.
Yeah. I don't know. That's really hard. But I will say that to get back to the point, we are a defensively led team, which means that with Saleh coming in as the quote unquote head coach of the defense, that does put us in a good position to see, I think that
It's not his
he's
only value, though, either. He's more of a leader than Kyle is. Kyle's a brain. If Saleh can be the heart of the defense and the heart of the team, and he can just let Kyle be the brain, that's value too, beyond the play he calls and the blitz packages and everything else.
Yeah, true. All right, John. Well, let me get Dre up here, man. Dre came back.
Thanks.
It was a great call. I get at you, man. Dre.
Are you?
All right, bro. I'll talk to you. Dre. Now, bruh, I'm being cool, bruh. Just make sure your technicals are technically.
Sorry, Coach. I got.
All right, bruh. Go ahead. Do your thing.
When she calls, it's yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right, okay. All right, okay. Hey. Now that I get those calls too.
Yeah, it was one of those.
And when they call,
you gotta
go.
You gotta go.
You gotta go. I'm not mad at you. Go ahead, handle business.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because when you call,
order in the court.
She's on you.
Mm-hmm. And it's not one. It's can I baby? Nah. It's 2 more calls, and then it's yeah.
All right. Respect. All right. You know what I'm saying? Doth protest too much. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's good.
So
it's good.
Do your thing. Do your thing.
I'm an open man. So, but
how do you feel about us going into camp?
Right now, I feel there's a lot of injuries. I don't like that CJ West got injured.
Okay. CJ West is okay.
Well, it's not CJ. Was it the middle?
Alfred Collins.
Alfred Collins, yeah.
Yeah, Alfred Collins has a foot issue.
Yeah,
CJ West got signed though. We finally signed him. Excited about that.
Wrong person. But that doesn't bring me good note. But then again, the secondary is pretty decent. It's just a safety position. Linebacker good. I got hope in the edge, so I really feel like that's gonna be the star of the show. I really feel like that duo they're gonna come together. With that other backup, or if he
Who are
starts.
you concerned about the most? What unit? What unit concerns you the most?
Between both offense and defense?
Mm-hmm.
I want to say the running backs.
Really? Okay. Why?
Because of not cut. Oh, well, CMC mainly because of we ran him to the ground, and now he has to come back and basically do it all over again. And I know Kyle. I know his history. He's gonna just. I hope he does a rotation, but if history proves right, he's going to just run CMC until he can't go anymore. I hope that we use our running backs. We use the backfield. We use them in the pass game because that's where CMC is most effective, and that's where I feel like Garendo got really better because I heard good reports about him in his catching.
I'm excited. I'm excited about Isaac Garendo. That's why I was surprised you said running backs. If they use Christian right, I think they really could make this. That could be one of the strongest units on our team if they do it right.
If they do it right, and that's where I'm like, it's concern. It's concern because I don't know what's gonna happen. It's all dependent upon Kyle.
You know who's gonna be my guy that I think is gonna be. Nobody's talking about him now, but this is gonna be the guy who's gonna really tie together the running back unit with the team. Patrick Taylor Jr. Last year, hell nah. Last year, we never gave that guy the ball, man. Until finally at the end of the year, I think it was the Packers game, they started giving him the ball to close out games, dog. And Patrick Taylor Jr. was churning, bro. He knows how to get those sticky, hard yards. Pause, Jesus. He knows how to get those hard yards and tough yards and runs behind his pads. I'm a real Patrick Taylor Jr. guy. I hope he makes the team. You know what I'm saying? Dog, hold on. How will Patrick Taylor Jr. not make the team, Steve-O? You know what I'm saying? They traded for him last year and signed him. What you talking about?
I was going to say, did they sign him?
They traded for him last year. Stop, man.
I believe that the running backs, they'll figure it out. But, I mean, I feel like Kyle's going to just do what he did 2 years ago, which is run CMC, and then next thing you know, if he goes out, boom, next one. Then it's gonna be the next one, and then it's gonna be the next one. And then next thing you know, we're not gonna have running backs.
Right. I don't think Corey Kiner is gonna make the team. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, I'm not a Corey Kiner guy. You know, I think, and this is the thing. It's not that I don't think he's good, but I think he's got a redundant skill set. Corey Kiner, for me, is a poor man's Israel Abakanda. You know what I'm saying? So, for me, I think it's going to be Christian, Isaac Garendo, Jordan James, Juice, and Patrick Taylor Jr.
Yeah.
I think that's who it's going to be. Because we always got to count Juice.
Also, got another thing I think is going to happen. Jordan Watkins, I think he's going to go through the doghouse.
You think so?
Yeah. Just like you said earlier, I feel like earlier when you said he was going to be shell, I thought about it more. I was like, yeah, we are getting good reports about how he's doing in camp. Usually what happens is good players, they just get bombed off immediately. He just puts them away in the shelf immediately because he has to earn his respect. He has to earn his trust. He has to do this. And same thing Brandon Ayuk went through.
Deal. I mean, and the facts are is I got 5 of these. So I will be wearing a different shirt. It just goes to look the same. So I got 5 of these pullovers, of these actively black pullovers. So we got a deal. I'm just gonna wear a different one. As I do, I'll switch up. I'll just wash them like I do. Like this dude really thinks that I've been wearing the same pullover for 2 years. It kills me.
Steve-O's hilarious.
Come on, Steve-O. No, there's no way that Kyle gets there's a question from Silky Smooth Smithers. Coach, you think Kyle gets fired during the season if things go bad? No.
He gets one
No.
more. He gets one more.
Yeah. Thank you, Julie. Thank you, Julie. It's listen. Let me explain. I'm gonna get a little personal here. Look, I am a utility. I have a utilitarian like wardrobe, bro. You know what I'm saying? I coached. I'm a big dude. All right. I like stuff that looks good. It looks clean all the time. And wherever you are, you got on the right shit. If it's raining, boom, I got a hoodie. You know what I'm saying? I get too much shit, boom, I got pockets. You know what I'm saying? It's cold, boom, I got a zip tie. Hot, boom, short sleeves. You know what I'm saying? What you got? What you got for me? I'm ready for anything.
So you got one for every.
You know what I'm saying? Things get crazy, zip tie, boom, hoodie. Where we at? You know what I'm saying? It rained in the DMV yesterday.
You got one for every like weather condition. So
yeah, I got a long sleeve. Yo, I will wear I swear to God, I will go put on my long sleeve one right now. Don't play with me. I will go put on my long. You don't think I got it? Hold on. Yo, hold on. Give me 30 seconds. I will go put on my long sleeve pullover because y'all keep playing with me. Hold on. I will be right back.
Hey guys, hold on. Y'all wild. Steve, you're wild. He does wear that short. I know he does. He wears it a lot. All-purpose attire. He wears it for all his conditions, you know? When he has to go walk the dog, he's got to go. he got a jacket for everything. Same color too, I bet. Watch like, how much I want to bet the color is black. Same color. It's just long sleeve. How much I want to bet.
Got on the long sleeve, baby boy. Stop playing. We got on the collar. Stop playing with me.
I was right.
Playing no games with y'all. Multifaceted, dog. It works.
Same color, same brand.
Gotta get dressed fast as shit. Had to take the fucking shit off. So this is a different shirt, Steve-O. Same thing. Stop playing with me. He be trying to act like I wear the same damn shirt all the time. I'm sick of this dude.
Hey, Steve-O, he got like 7 of them all lined up.
All right, bro. The show is getting off the rails, bro. I'll holler at you, Drake. Me and Chris go talk about Niners, bro. Chris, let's go. I'll holler at you, bro. Chris, what's good, dog?
Yeah.
They playing with me, dog. Oh, come on, Chris. Chris, where you at?
I'm with you. You hear me?
Oh, okay, I hear you. What's going on, Chris? What's going on, Chris?
You hear me?
I got you.
What's going on, man? I'm about to say, yeah, they coming at your wardrobe a little bit, man.
They coming at me, dog. They coming at me, dog. Hold on, somebody said they see the zippers on the sleeves. Ain't no zippers on the sleeves. Stop playing with me. Dog, the things I do for the chat. How you feel about the team, bro?
Oh, my goodness, yo.
Yo, how you feel about the team, man?
Well, it's like bipolar with the team, man, because we be up and down. But overall, I just don't really talk about what we gonna do with our punt return. Like, I feel like we need to change the field position in games, and we don't do that enough. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like who's gonna do that? Secondly, like the second tight end. Like I know he may be blocking, but I feel like we're gonna need some receiving out of that second tight end too.
Mm-hmm.
And we gave him a little bit of change too.
Okay.
You hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
No, I'm just saying like the second tight end. We already know about Jake Brendel. That's like we got to see what happens there, but we know that's pretty much solidified right there, man.
Right.
We're gonna have to ride with him, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, my biggest thing
Maybe
right now is I mean, Luke Farrell, they're really counting on Luke Farrell to unleash George Kittle into the passing game more, which I hope that can actually happen. So, my biggest thing right now with the tight end group is,
right.
can we get something out of Mason Pline? If we get something out of Mason Pline, we got ourselves a roomed in. We got Luke Farrell, Mason Pline, and George Kittle, right? Now we got Ross Dwelly here, but I don't even know if Ross Dwelly doesn't make the team, that's a good sign for the Niners. If Ross doesn't make the team, because that means that the other guys have
If he
stepped
do,
up.
that
I
means
want
like
to.
that room ain't get better at all.
Well, no, if Ross Dwelly doesn't make the team, in my opinion, they did get better. Ross Dwelly shouldn't be able to make this team. Right? We got George Kittle.
Well,
We
yeah,
just
my bad.
signed.
That's what I
We
meant to
signed.
say.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying that's what I'm saying. Like the other dudes beat out Ross Dwelly. Like I meant to say, like
Mm-hmm.
they're better than Ross Dwelly. That's what we need.
Right. Right. That's exactly what we need. So how do you feel about us going into camp? Who do you expect to take like that next jump, or who do you not want to miss any type of progress that they've had, or who needs to get healthy? I mean, with this next 50 days that the boys are about to have off, roughly 50 days, uh, what is the disposition that you want us to go into starting training camp?
All right, so I think I would like to see that Bryce Huff is really tearing up camp
Damn, that's a
because
good
that's the
point.
one thing that I forgot to mention last time I talked to you. That is like I've been waiting for that speed rusher opposite of Nick Bosa. I've been waiting for that for so long.
Mm-hmm.
So I will hope to see that he's tearing up camp. I actually will hope that Dominic Pooty is taking the next step to be a great guard in this league. Off the rookie campaign. I know he struggled towards the end, but I hope he takes good steps, and hopefully Colt McKivit's pass pro has gotten better.
Yeah. Well,
So
we're expecting a lot from Colton McKivitz. This is his contract year, so he
right.
might get
I'm about
priced
to
out the
say he showed
game.
flashes. Right, he showed flashes like, all right, something's there, but we see the weaknesses too. So it's like,
Yeah, of course. But I've been hearing that he's getting better. I've been hearing that he's working, putting on muscle. And we just got to bear out and see what Colton McKivitz is going to give us. Now, for all intents and purposes, he hasn't been horrible, right? It hasn't been like necessarily what we would expect out of like an all pro right tackle. So he's not as strong as you like to be. He's just middling, right? My biggest thing for us on offensive line is just being able if we can, one, retain a couple of these guys, and two, be able to replace them with the draft and the upcoming free agency, because we're kind of behind the eight ball when it comes to um, offensive line. Give me your record, man, before you get out of here, man. Give me your record for the season.
I was roughly at like 11-6, 10-7, somewhere along there. I
Same
feel
with
like
us.
I think we got it, but I just know we got to start fast, man. We gonna figure it. Like I feel like we're gonna know our fate kind of early in the year, so we got to start fast. We can't afford to get behind the eight ball and NFC because a lot of those are divisional games along with NFC opponents. So we don't want to be at the end of the year. Oh, we need this team to win and that team to win, and we got to win also, and this team to lose. Like we don't want ourselves in those type of situations. So we got to start. We got to start fast.
Hey, man, I agree with you, man. Hey, Chris, thanks for calling in, brother. I'll get at you next time, bro.
No doubt, bro.
Talk
Yep.
to you. Shonda! What's good, boy?
buddy?
How you doing,
just
man?
turned my truck back on. I hope I don't mess up the audio and everything.
Nah, you're good. I think you're good. Right now, you look
All right, let me
clear,
pull out of
too,
this
man.
spot. 2 seconds.
Do
Let me pull out
not
of this spot.
drive while you're on stream.
I'm literally in a parking lot. I'm just pulling out of the gas station spot, so I'm not trying to be inconsiderate sitting in somebody's spot all day in front of the gas pump.
Freaking. All right, man. Let's go.
All right, buddy. We're starting this off with a bang like we always do.
Oh my God. Just, killing all of my YouTube algorithm. Just killing my channel. Go ahead, man.
What's up, buddy? How have you been?
I've been good, bro. It's been a while since we've actually talked, man. Like, I almost want to talk to you here and then afterwards call you so we can actually talk. I haven't talked to you in a while, man. What's going on?
That,
How have you been?
I'm doing pretty good, buddy. I've got everything going on right now. I'm getting ready to potentially move across the country and so on and so forth. So it's
all right, well, that's real.
on.
Let's catch up real life later. Let's stick to the Niners. So how do you feel about what's transpired since minicamp? I kind of want to rush you in. Tell me about how you feel about the reports from minicamp. What encouraged you? What discouraged you? What has shaped your vision going into training camp based off of not the offseason, but just minicamp? All right, talk to me.
It seems as though vibes matter. Last minicamp, last offseason, we had all these contract disputes. Everything was just nothing seemed to be going right. People getting hurt left and right. A guy got shot in training camp. This offseason just seems to have no chaos. And that seems to be very, very good for the team. All the reports coming out almost entirely are positive. Brock's been playing better at one day with a bunch of picks, but who cares? Other than that, he's had nothing but good reports coming out. There really hasn't been a lot of negatives coming out of training camp.
Right. So, all right, see, why are you going to make me do this? You heard about all the injuries. Alfred Collins didn't play. Come on, man. Ricky Pearsall hasn't even gotten on the field yet.
Yeah.
Safety is thin. We're trying to figure out what's going on at linebacker. Stop. Really give me your synopsis, man. Stop.
Okay. So the 49ers essentially have a low floor, high ceiling season this year.
Okay.
Because if a lot of different things go right, there's enough talent on this roster to compete deep into the playoffs. We still have 4 or 5 players that are either the best at their position or at least like top 3. We still have a bunch of pieces around those top guys. Diamador Lenore, a Pooney. I actually am super high on D. Winters.
Okay.
So there's a lot of guys other than just the top 5 guys, that class, the elite class. So there's enough talent on this roster. To me, this season is going to be the ultimate. Should we move on from Kyle Shanahan or not? Because this year he's going to have to actually coach. You have a bunch of young guys, but you also have a foundation. This isn't 2018, a bunch of young guys. This is 2025, where you have 5 potential Hall of Famers and a bunch of young guys. That's a totally different scenario. So if this team doesn't make the playoffs, Kyle Shanahan has to go. It's that simple. Back-to-back seasons.
Wow.
There's enough talent on this roster.
Man, this is news.
There's enough talent on this roster to make the playoffs.
All right. Now you're talking. Because you know what I thought you were doing? When you first started telling me what you thought about the team, I thought you were glazing. You know what I'm saying? I thought you were glazing. And I was about to say, why are you doing this? But I should have let you cook, because what you are really doing is I'm ignoring all of the little stuff, and you're saying regardless, I don't care. Get it done. Right. You gotta know. Okay, you know what, Damon? Welcome back to the Federation, sir. Welcome back, man. Welcome back. Way to go, man. Where have you been? You know what? We need to stop talking more often. because when we don't talk, you actually come back with some real. You're actually sane. So talk to me, man. I didn't expect you to say that you were ready for Kyle. I've always been saying that if they don't go to the playoffs this year, next year will probably be the hot seat season.
Gotta be.
You're saying that if they don't make the playoffs this year, you, after 9 seasons of Kyle Shanahan being the head coach of this team, you are ready for him to walk out of here. Go. Not walk out, but you're ready for him to get fired.
This team has a playoff caliber roster as far as the talent that's on the roster. You have to coach some guys up. You have a Michael Williams who can be utilized in an effective way. If you utilize him the way they did at Georgia to set the edge early and then kick him inside on rush downs. If you use an Alfred Collins, we're using him sparingly and not making him play 3 downs. On offense, Ricky Pearsall. So one of the things I'm really excited to watch this year on offense, okay? 2 things. One, Brock Purdy last year, there's a lot of people talking about, like, we finally got to see what Brock Purdy is like without the Avengers, or we finally got to see what Brock Purdy looks like without an elite defense, and so on and so forth. But so the same people that were against Brock Purdy because everything was in his favor are not applying the same logic to last season. Because although you and I have talked about this, I don't think Brock Purdy played well, and I think he cost us games, especially late in several of those games.
Okay.
However, what we saw from Brock Purdy last year was everything working against him. His top wide receiver was Jawan Jennings, who's a number 3 on almost every team in the league. His offensive line was below average. His defense was terrible. His wide receivers had the lowest separation in the NFL. So what we saw last year was Brock's floor. If we don't give him help, if he doesn't have weapons, if he doesn't have a good offensive line, you're going to get what you got last year. That's Brock Purdy's floor.
Mm-hmm.
His ceiling is the year before that. If he's got weapons everywhere, a solid offensive line, and an elite defense, that's what you get from Brock. So now we know what Brock is. We know what the floor is. We know what the ceiling is. With Pearsall, that's the other thing I haven't heard people talk about him much. The thing about Ricky Pearsall is not that he is an elite talent. He is an elite fit in this offense. So Ricky Pearsall's best skill is not that he gets open, it's that he gets open on time. This offense with Brock Purdy, the way he plays when he's on point, playing in time and rhythm, and throwing the ball with anticipation, fits perfectly with what Ricky Pearsall's best skill is. And I think that that's going to end up being a match made in heaven. I really do. And people are going to be giving Pearsall too much credit because he's going to have a monster season. And people are going to give Brock Purdy too much credit. But the fact is, it's just a symbiotic relationship that's going to come together perfectly. I really think that.
That's very optimistic. That's very bold. That is very bold. Yeah. But you do bold. Bold is you.
Yes.
That, you're on brand. You're bold. He's a bold guy. All of your texts sent to me are in bold. I don't know, man. Ricky's got to show consistency and actually get on the field.
That's true.
He's got to practice.
Injuries alone could make me look like an idiot.
Right. And and that's the thing. I don't want to, I'm not trying to downplay the kid. I think he does have a lot of talent, but he's still in many ways, in my opinion, still in an uphill battle. He was a reach in the first round. All right. Don't look now, but this is something that I feel is not really pointed out. And I don't bring this up a lot. I brought it up a couple of times, but I don't make this kind of like a point. I don't hang my hat on this take, but this is the truth. A lot of people tend to believe that Ricky Pearsall wasn't available for the upcoming for the last season of his rookie years because of the unfortunate incident of him getting shot. But people tend to forget Ricky Pearsall was hurt a lot before he got shot. He could not stay on the field. It was his shoulder. He was always hurting. He was always then it was like he was hurting he hurt the shoulder that got hurt, then he hurt the shoulder that was healthy,
And a
and
hamstring.
and a hamstring, and all of that was happening before he ended up getting shot and getting shut down for a while. So much so that when he got shot, the takes that some of us were putting out there, not a lot because we were trying to be respectful, but some of the takes were, why don't we just shut him down for the year and actually get him his surgery on his shoulder? Because he actually got shot. Now would be the time to kind of go in and kill two birds with one stone and just actually get in there. So, so really, Ricky Pearsall's, for me, if and when, I got to actually see like consistency and availability. You know, for you're saying that the boy is going to be, you know, the next thing since slice, the next thing smoking. I don't know, but he does have to get on the field for even for that to even happen.
On the 49ers. Sorry,
you think so?
Yeah,
I don't think he's better than Juwan, to be honest with you. But we'll see.
Athletically, he's a little better. But like I said, my take is predicated not on his ability necessarily as a complete wide receiver. He has a specific skill set that will thrive in this offense, and that is his ability to get open on time. He does it as well as any wide receiver in football.
Yeah, true.
And if you give Brock Purdy somebody who gets open on time, Brock Purdy's going to throw that ball to him 10 times a game.
All right, man. All right, I'm tired of you and your bold takes. All right, get me over to the defense. How do you feel about the defense?
It's 100% depends on the defensive line. If these young guys step up and play well, our defense is going to be a top 10 unit, maybe a top 5 unit. If the defensive line is up and down, inconsistent, hit or miss, our defense will be the same. Our back seven is not good enough to support an up and down, inconsistent defensive line. And that's my concern, is that they're young, they're rookies, they're going to be inconsistent, and so we're going to end up with a middle of pack defense. I'm worried about safety. I am a huge on Malik Mustafa, but he's not going to be available until at least week 4, probably week 6, week 8. And our corners are solid, but once you get past the first 2, then what? I love D. Winters. One of the things that people forget about D. Winters is that he was the heart and soul of a TCU defense that was in the national championship game.
Yeah.
There's no reason that he shouldn't be a baller at the NFL level as well. He has not had an opportunity. The tragedy of the situation last year with our linebacker core with Campbell is not that Campbell was a detractor. It's that he took snaps away from D. Winters. He hindered the progress of D. Winters. Those snaps should have gone to D. Winters so that he could progress.
Okay. I want you to take this question on because I have mine too as well. I'll answer it first. Okay. Coach, who's your sleeper on offense and defense? For me, my sleeper on offense is Isaac Garindo. And my sleeper on defense is Sam Okunau.
So
Sam Okwanu.
Sam Okwanu, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if Ricky Pearsall would be considered a sleeper, but I mean, I kind of already went with that. So
you can go there. He ain't played.
So yeah, so that's I think Ricky Pearsall will be our number 1 wide receiver. So I guess that would be my sleeper. If not, then 100% Garindo. He looks so sharp. He looks so much better. Last minicamp, he was like tripping over himself, not exactly knowing where it just looked a little big for him. And he seems to have really settled in. And with his athletic ability, if he settles in and is just a compliment, he could have crazy numbers as a number 2 back. Or if Christian gets hurt, we could see a Raheem Mostert type season where he comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, I think Isaac Garindo is next up. I saw some things from him last year. He can handle the load. I'm not worried about him running high. I think that he's a problem. You know how many long runs he had last year, bro? You know, Isaac Garindo, for me, Isaac Garindo could be the new Debo. They could use
That's
Isaac.
interesting.
Isaac Garindo could take all of those passes from the back. He can catch a goddamn comeback. He can catch a wheel route. He can catch
He's actually a good wide receiver.
Yes, he can catch a screen. You know what I mean? Like, shit, no better than Debo can. Debo's a glorified receiver his damn self. Yo, by the way, not to be messy.
So slow.
But to be messy. Have you been hearing about the reports about Debo Samuel out here with the Commanders, bro? They feel like they got a lemon. I'm gonna tell you right now.
That's because they did.
dude. Everybody out here, as you guys know, I'm from the DMV area. Everybody out here in the greater DC, Washington, the greater Washington DC area, and Northern Virginia, dude, they are not happy with Debo Samuel. Everybody's walking around here like, what the hell did we get? I'm telling you, look, I'm telling you, Isaac Garindo could easily take over that Debo Samuel role. If you think about what Debo was, it's like a wide back, right? One of the things is that he doesn't really have a route tree. But so case in point, the Commanders pick up this corner. The Commanders picked up this corner from Ole Miss. No. Ole Miss, Trey Amos.
This year, okay.
Trey Amos. Yeah. What's crazy is that I know about Trey Amos because I'm a Bama guy. Trey Amos transferred to Ole Miss. Dog. Trey Amos has been locking Debo Samuel's ass up in one-on-ones. He's been embarrassing Debo in one-on-ones, dog. I'm telling you, like, Debo, he looks out of shape. They ain't happy. I've already heard about some things about him coming into some meetings late. Dog. Debo is just being Debo over there, man. Good riddance.
Good riddance.
Good riddance, because I'm hearing a lot of things over there.
Debo is an elite. He's the best gadget player we've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
He only had he had an 8-game stretch where he was an elite wide receiver 3 years ago. And I guess it was 4 years ago, 2021. Mm-hmm. He has never been a dominant wide receiver other than those 8 games.
Mm-hmm.
He's an elite gadget player.
Yeah.
He's Tavon Austin, but he can break tackles.
Who, Debo?
Yeah.
Debo ain't Tavon.
No, I'm saying that style player.
Oh, Tavon Austin? Yeah. Tavon. All right, yeah, Tavon Austin. You know who I thought you were saying? Not Tavon Austin, but our boy who went to Florida. Not Tavon Austin. He went to Florida, played with the Vikings. Then he played with Seattle. Oh, he's from my area, too. Why am I not knowing this? He's from my area. He's from Maryland.
Yeah.
Why is this name
I know exactly what you're talking about.
It's not Tavon Austin.
Yeah. He had a kind of a short career. He played for Minnesota for a couple of years, too.
Percy Harvin.
Harvin. That's it. Yeah, Percy Harvin.
Percy Harvin. Yes. Like,
made Debo look like he could throw.
Oh, yeah. But Debo's not Percy. No. Percy was special.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, the same type. But I can see that out of Isaac Garindo. I think that all of the behind the line of scrimmage stuff that Debo Samuel used to do. First of all, Isaac Garindo is faster than Debo Samuel. That's number one. Okay. He's bigger than Debo Samuel. All right. That's number two. And all of the end arounds, the reverses, the now routes, the screens, all of the tunnel screens that Debo used to run, all of that stuff, Isaac Garindo could do all of that.
Correct.
He could do all of that. So, it's there.
None of that requires you to be an effective route runner. None of those things. And that the thing what separates somebody like McCaffrey and Garindo as far as the passing game goes is McCaffrey has all the skills as far as catching the ball, and he's got good burst to get, and all that. But he's one of the best route runners in football, not in running back. He's probably a top 10 or top 15 route runner in all of the NFL. He's that good at running routes. So that's why he's so effective in the passing game. Garindo, he's not the route runner that Christian McCaffrey is. So if you're going to use him in the passing game, you're 100% correct. You just do it the way you did it with Debo. You manufacture touches by scheming him open. That's a great take.
Yeah, I think that Garindo is he's the next guy up. You get Garindo and Christian McCaffrey on the field at the same time. And what's crazy is that with Garindo on the field, you really got to respect him as a running back. So if you get Garindo in the backfield, who knows if Garindo can block or not? We may get us a little bit of veer out of this thing, or we may get us a little bit of RPO going with dual running backs, bro.
Implementing veer concepts. That would be
Come
so
on, bro.
Yeah.
I saw that last year with Isaac Garindo and dude, this could have worked with Isaac Garindo, Jordan Mason, and Christian McCaffrey last year. They can still do it this year with Jordan James, Isaac Garindo, and Christian McCaffrey. It can still work.
Or
so
Jordan
I mean,
Watkins too actually would work well with that.
Yes.
The rookie.
Well, who, Watkins?
Yeah.
I want Watkins to kind of stay as a receiver, to be honest with you. We don't really need another guy back there doing all of this. You know what I'm saying? I just my only thing is that I'm the type of guy offensively where I'm the dude that wears, like, I wear my favorite watch. I'm gonna wear all my jewelry. If I go out, I'm gonna look good. I'm gonna wear everything. I'm like that offensively. I want to put everybody on the field. Everybody gets on the field. I know there's one ball, but I want everybody on the field. And I really want to stress the defense out. No free meals. No free series, bro. You guys are going to be afraid of us every down. So, I think that Kyle can do it. We'll see how they move forward, man. Close me out with how you feel about special teams.
Who fucking knows? There's no way to have anybody that has a take on special teams is either speculating or lying. There's no way to know. Like, Jake Moody's problem is in his head. He's always been able to kick a football. So is his head problems fixed? That's pure speculation. Is the long snapper any good? He was, but he's old. So who knows? Is Morstead still good? I mean, that's the only real thing that's not speculation. Morstead's a really solid punter. Outside of that, I'll say this, though. I really like the approach and the manner of the new special teams coordinator. It seems as though he's been given the latitude to make special teams a priority. And I like his mentality of special teams is not a punishment. This is something that can win and lose games, and we have to act accordingly. So that's an arrow up.
In order to win, you got to win at least 2 of the 3 phases of the game.
Right.
Right. And it's been a very long time since we've won because of our special team.
Yeah.
Right. Let's get to some super stats. The People's Niners 499 agreed on Ricky P's potential, thinks he's Jimmy Ward on offense, great skill set, reckless with his body, and causes him to miss a lot of time. Yeah. I would tend to agree with that. I just think that also he just kind of needs to get settled. Coming into the league could be tough on you. So I'm here. We've talked a lot about Ricky, but the biggest thing with me is that you heard me. I'm not talking about the boy can't catch or he's slow or he can't get open. We're not talking about his game. We're literally just want him to play, right? Yep. We're just talking about his availability. That's it. Sean, 1999. What's up, brother? It's been a while. How this guy, Ricky P, can get open on time against NFL DBs when he ain't playing or practicing? Based on what tape? Pearsall's soft as toilet paper and can't take a jam at the scrimmage. Why did we just talk about? We just walked right into this. Pearsall's soft as toilet paper and can't take jam at the scrimmage. How your shoulder hurt and you not in pads? These are real questions, man. You always got it, yo.
You want answers?
Go.
All right, so watch the last 6 games of the season last year and watch his last season of college. In college, he's played against multiple guys who are now in the league and played as a rookie in the league last year. He does it against them, and last year, the last 6 games of the season, he consistently got open on time against NFL defensive backs. He hurt his shoulder, not in pads. When did that happen? Because he was wearing shoulder pads and went to the ground and jammed his shoulder with a subluxation, which is a partial dislocation, where it goes back in on its own.
Mm-hmm.
Now, him being soft to toilet paper, I don't really have a good response for because he seems a little bit soft when it comes to his hamstrings.
Look, bro, I'll tell you this. When the boy shows that he can't play, I'm going to lean on him. But I just got to get him on the field first.
I'm with you.
Got to get him on the field. Once he gets on the field, then Ricky Pearsall he's fair game. But it just feels weird dunking on a guy who's trying to get back. He's staying quiet, and he's young. All of that plays. I want to give him grace until he gets on the field, and then we can assess him that way. But I'm being fair. You, on the other hand, are bullish on him, where you think that the moment he gets his shot or he gets consistency, he's just going to take off. I don't feel that way. I do feel like he's had some highs and he's had some lows when he's played. All right. He's also disappeared on the field and not gotten open. That was a part of that. There was a huge swath of the season where we were taking on pressure, notably sacks with Brock Purdy. And it wasn't because we weren't blocking it. It wasn't because Kyle wasn't calling it. It's because those damn receivers couldn't get open.
That was mostly in the first 8 games of the season. In the back half of the season, the last 6 games, a lot of that pressure was alleviated by Ricky Pearsall getting open on regularly.
Mm-hmm. Look, I'll tell you this. Go ahead.
When Ricky Pearsall and Juwan Jennings are on the field at the same time, Brock always has somewhere to go with the ball. Because he trusts them. He'll throw it to Juwan Jennings even if the guy's draped on him. He'll throw it to Pearsall and just throw it low or outside because he trusts him to go get a ball.
Hold on, man. Yeah. You guys just put me on to something. No. So go ahead. Explain that again.
With Pearsall and Juwan Jennings on the field late last year, Purdy always felt like he had somewhere to go with the ball. Juwan Jennings, he gets a yard of separation, half a yard of separation on almost every play. He just can't maintain separation. Doesn't have the athleticism. Pearsall is the same way. He doesn't maintain a lot of separation, but he gets open on time. And so when you're going through your progressions and you've got 2 guys on the field that consistently get open on time, there's always somewhere to go with the ball. And then on top of that, he trusts Juwan Jennings. He'll throw it up and let him go get one. Yeah.
Look, man, I'm going to tell you this right now. I'll believe it when I see it. I'll believe it when I see it. I don't want to shit on the kid, but I will believe it when I see it. Half of this was, half, if I'm being completely honest with you, half of this, while you were talking, I was listening to you and intently putting together my response because I believe that Ricky Pearsall has shown both highs and lows since we've had him. He hasn't done much. And the biggest thing about him is that it's not the fact that he's injured, but it's the fact that he's 25 and he's injured, right? We didn't necessarily get a spring chicken on our hands. So there's that too. And then the other half is I was realizing that Julie and a couple of guys that were in the chat were noticing that I put the clam before the storm instead of the calm before the storm. And I had to change the title of my YouTube video. So look, Julie, God love you. You know what I'm saying? This is why you read the chat while things are going on and you understand that you need to change up what's going on with your channel. So, it's us helping us. Cousin Vin, you're the guy. I love you. You know what I'm saying? Yes, we had a little bit of scallops, prawns. We had some good stuff. We had some lobster tails with the storm as well. Thank you, guys. But I will tell you that I think the biggest thing right now is if Kyle, it's going to be all on Kyle. I don't think that Kyle has a scapegoat this year. I don't think that the fans are too savvy to let Coach Saleh be the sacrificial lamb. Yeah. Right? And
it can't be Brock either.
It can't be Brock. Brock just got paid. I mean, and John's persona non grata once the season starts. The most he's around here for is that if we need to get a mid-season guy to come into the game, or they're in bad sorts, and John comes in and gives them a rah-rah shish kambas, hype speech before a game. But outside of that, the season's going to be very interesting to see how it's played out because how much grace do you have for the offense if this is a defensive led team?
Very little. We have an offensive head coach.
All right, okay. The reason why I'm saying that, this is what I'm saying. The reason why I'm saying that is because this is a big question, and I want this for the chat too. You know what I'm saying? If you're disappointed that we're going to be a defensively led team, then you're off rip understanding that you're already saying that Kyle has to outperform Coach Saleh.
Yeah.
I
don't think there's anything wrong with that.
All right.
There's more continuity on the offense. If the defense outperforms the offense, especially early in the season, that is a massive red flag.
All right. I want to hear this because every year we really get hyper focused on the defense. If the defense, like if we're losing games by one score,
defense got to stop.
And at the end we should have got us. Come on, man. You know, we gaslight the defense so much on this team where we let the offense off the hook, bro. Offense can throw away 5 drives in the first half of football. And if the defense lets it go with the last drive of the game, it's why didn't they get off the field? They should have blitzed more. How couldn't they got the last stop? And it's like we completely forgot that it took the offense damn near 2.5 quarters to come alive. So, look, I'm telling you, how will you keep the same energy if we lose games? And on its face, man, we lost the game because of the end of the game is like the most recent depiction of the game, right? Yeah. So we lose games by like offensives driving, scoring. I know one of those conversations is full stop. Man, we got to learn how to win games and get off the field as a defense. But how are we as a fan base going to keep the main thing, and remembering this is a very young defense with spotty veterans across, and for all intents and purposes, a new coach. He's been here, but we got another coordinator. And offense, if we lose a game 17-14, I don't want to hear anything about the defense
at all.
You know what I'm saying? If we lose a game 20-17, I don't want to hear anything about the defense. I don't care if the defense gave up the last 20 at the end of the game. 17 points. So all I'm saying is how are you going to move forward, you and the fans? How are you guys going to judge the offense, especially with the weak season, with a weak schedule that we got coming in? What are some of the things what I mean by that is, what are some of the things that you're going to see early on? You know, for us, because we are a defensively led team, we already know we don't give up opening drives. It's a big thing on defense, right?
Yep.
Trying to get guys off the field, right? My thing is, are we going to have the sand to say that about the offense now? Yep. Bro, we better score. We need to score on the first drive. What are some of the things that you're going to be looking for from the offense that lets you know, hey, they're doing their job?
So I'm going to leave you with this, and this is actually something that I'm stealing right out of your mouth. When is the last time that the offense finished off a game? When is the last time? How many times in the last 16, 18 games did the offense go out there with 4 minutes left, up 6, and finish a game?
They never close, bro.
Ever.
They never close. Like, they never close. That's one thing that I have been saying about this team for 9 years. I've been saying that.
He said to me last year, everybody. He told me that last year.
We never close.
Like two of them ago. Like 2 seasons.
Yes.
He's been saying that.
Offensively, we don't ever take over the game. It's either we get on a hot streak with play calling and we blow a team out for 2-3 quarters and that's all she wrote, or offense does the best they can and we let the defense close it out.
That's right.
All the time. We don't ever close. We're going to need that this season. Offense is going to have to close out games this season.
Totally
and the reason, and the number one reason why we don't close out, I say this all the time, the reason why we don't close, and the only reason why I bring this up is that I bring that up to you when I talk about how embarrassing it is that we're a running football team, but we don't dictate as an offense. That we're a running football team and we don't dictate. My thing is that the reason why we don't close out games, the reason why we can't be the Eagles, right, where we close out games on the ground, is because we don't have an offensive line. It's that simple. If we had an offensive line, we could hold the ball. We could close games out. Up by a score, no problem. We need 2 first downs? Say less.
Got it.
We'll get 2 first downs. All right, and it ain't because of Kyle.
Yeah, totally right. Our offensive line cannot dictate. That's totally correct.
Yeah. So look. Shut up, Steve-O. So look, we're closing out the show, man. I'll ask you one more question before we get out of here.
Okay.
Has your predictions for the season changed at all going into training camp?
No, not really.
Neither of mine. I got us going 10-7. Give me your win-loss prediction.
I actually think we're going to win like 12 or 13 this year. And the reason for that is because I think that we are a playoff team, talent-wise, and a playoff team going against this schedule should not lose more than 4 or 5 games.
Hey, man, let's get this last super chat out of the way before we get out of here. Oh, hold on. We got to get NAFCA out of here, too. We got some guys. Hold on. Let's get out of here. Hold on. Hello?
I'm still here, I think.
Yeah, you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. I don't know what's going on with
your picture's frozen, but I can hear you.
I think I'm frozen too, man. Hold on. We're here. We're up.
Okay.
All right. So basically, let's go ahead and get some more super chats out of the way before we get out of here, man. So what we got right now, we got chats out.
Not sure what happened. I don't know if I lost it or if the coach did. Well, I'm going to get out of here either way. See you around, everybody.
Yo. Don't tell me you guys stayed. What? Y'all still in here? Hey, we got a store. Hey, man, power it out. Look, let's get these super chats in here real quick before we get out of here, before I can knock you guys out. So let's go. My man, Sean, Ricky got old hammies. Ain't he 26? Yep. It's coming up on 26 years old. We got the People's Niners 199. Focus more with Purdy's chemistry. Focus more with Purdy's chemistry with Watkins and 19. Yes, I understand that. Jacob Cowing, I believe. NAFCA, $5. Thank you. If we invest heavy on defense during offseason, then offense will get the grace because they didn't invest at all on offense. I understand that. Also, Frisco, Shields, my boy, $4.99. The defense repeatedly got off the field in the fourth quarter only to have the offense go 3 and out due to penalties and calling all passes. They do this all the time, Frisco. They do it all the time. Look, man, you guys, I love y'all. Today was a rocky show, but we got it done. We are back on Monday with me and Jesse for cover 2, and I'll get at you guys then. It's going to be a great show. This is the coach signing off. Stay low and keep your feet moving. Holla at you guys.